everybody, it's Friday, which means the end of the week, but the exciting part about Friday is we have ESPN Honolulu's Fan Friday Talk Story. And today we're going to talk story with someone from the University of Hawaii men's golf team, AJ Teraoka from Moanalua High School, who's a senior now. And first of all, AJ, thanks for taking the time to be a part of our Fan Friday Talk Story.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
The really inquisitive question I have is, what does AJ stand for?
Actually, it doesn't stand for anything. It's really just AJ. I was named after someone, like a family friend. And yeah, it doesn't stand for anything, just AJ.
So how many times a year do people ask you that question?
Pretty much whenever I meet someone new, and my friends here and there would ask me, but yeah, I'll give them the same question. They'll all be surprised.
Now, golf, obviously, you have significant talent to be able to play Division I golf at the University of Hawaii. You play. Well, how old were you when you first started playing?
I started when I was really young, actually. My dad got me into it when I was 3 years old, and I just ever since, yeah, I played. And my first competitive event was probably when I was 10. And ever since, I took it seriously and enjoyed it since.
Now, when you say you started at 3, so is it like going to a golf course, either putting with some actual small clubs, or is it with a toy set in the backyard? What would you say starting at 3 was looking like?
I think I started with plastic clubs, but I'm pretty sure my dad would just give me his normal clubs I would just play around with. And yeah, I don't really remember hitting plastic clubs. I just remember hitting like the big clubs, kind of standing far away from it, trying to swing it.
Oh, wow. My goodness. What is it about the sport that you really like?
Honestly, I think it really changed my life, just kind of how I see things and just the whole work ethic. It just helps me it helps me with my time management, like trying to do school and golf and everything. And I just enjoyed being competitive ever since I was little, and it's been good to drive or push me to perform at better levels.
When did you first realize that you were not just okay, but pretty good? Like, you could take this a little further. Like, I don't know when you actually had aspirations of actually playing college golf, but when did you first realize I'm pretty good at this?
I don't know. When I first started tournaments, I obviously wasn't that great. Then I practiced hard, kept playing, and scores obviously got lower. And I started winning more junior tournaments at the time. I actually won a good amount of events back then. And yeah, I was always get congratulated and everything.
And then you continued with junior tournaments. And then at what point, put it this way, what point did you realize I can play past high school?
Actually, I've always wanted to play college golf even since I think when I first realized I wanted to play college golf, it was probably in middle school, the 7th, 8th grade, when I was probably 12. And I always kind of strived for that all the way through high school, hopefully to play D1 golf.
Wow. So what was it like? What was it like your senior year? Like, here you are, your final year, you have these goals of playing college golf. What was that senior year in high school like?
Well, at the time, I was already committed to UH. So for me, it was more so just enjoy my senior year and try to play my best and just hopefully prepare for college golf.
When did you commit to UH?
I think it was November of my junior year.
Wow, that was really early.
At this time, yeah, I think I had the early signing.
Wow. So what was a lot of student athletes when their first year at collegiate competition, right, coming to University of Hawaii, whatever sport, it's always kind of a shock, right? The competition suddenly elevates, right? What were some of those aha moments for you, your first year playing at UH? Like, was it, boy, everyone is really good? Was it something else in terms of competition that really kind of hit you like, whoa, this is a new level?
Yeah, I definitely have been humbled my freshman year. I mean, in junior golf, it was only maybe 20 kids. And in college you had like hundreds or whatever, maybe 60, 80, and they're all really good. So my freshman year, I struggled a little, just kind of noticed that all these guys can play and not just focusing on these few kids and from junior golf. Now it's just like everyone you got to watch out for.
By the way, for men, Division One, what schools are kind of the top programs, would you say?
Top programs. So we just had a tournament recently up in Big Island, and I think the top ranked school there was North Carolina, I'd say. They're like I think second in the rankings, but there was like other big schools like Texas, Oregon, what else is there, like Texas Tech. Like there's like basically any school you can probably think that is good will probably be pretty good.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, AJ Teraoka joining us from the University of Hawaii men's golf team. I gotta be honest, okay? 2020 was a pandemic year, but you know how you make New Year's resolutions? Going into that year, I am a terrible player. I would tell people, I'm a therapeutic golfer. If you golf with me, you're going to feel so much better after playing with me because, I'm just so terrible. So I made a kind of that, what you call it, the goal or resolution. I said, I'm going to get better at playing this sport. Okay. So I dedicated, then the pandemic hit, right? And golf courses are closed and everything like that. You couldn't do anything. But I made a point, at least once a week, I go to the park, I got wiffle balls, I hit, things of that nature. What is one or two tips that you would give to someone like me, a beginner who pretty much sucks at this sport and wants to get better? I mean, we can't suddenly hit, 300 yard off the tee, but what is one or two tips you could give me?
Honestly, it all just comes down to just putting the time. I'd say just go to the range or whatnot and just go hit balls. I mean, you could take lessons, which would help you out. But I'd say if you don't, go to the range or anything, nothing's going to change. So first of all, just go to the range or whatever you want to work on and go put in the time. And hopefully you should get better.
That's what I'm hoping for too. That's still to be determined. I have a nephew who plays college golf, plays at UC Irvine. I asked him, okay, what do you do on your free time? I go and hit balls. What if you don't have to practice? I go to the range. How about you? Are you like, if there's a free day, no golf, off season, do you still go and play, or do you like to do some other stuff?
Yeah, or I like to do other stuff, but I always kind of played every day or try to practice every day at least. Then obviously, maybe on the weekends, after I have my practice done, I'll probably go do something else I enjoy, maybe the beach or hang out with some friends, stuff like that.
Take golf away. So what does AJ Teraoka do besides, are you really a beach guy, or do you really like to do something else? Do you have other hobbies?
I actually love the water, so fishing or even diving. Not much of a diver, but more so fishing. I would go anytime on my free time. And just the whole day I could probably spend there grinding to find a fish.
Do you the type to go out on boats and stuff too?
No, I just like to sit on the shore, kind of enjoy the view, and yeah.
Oh, that is so awesome. I love fishing too, except I suck at that too. So I just go with my friends, cast it out, stick the pole in, and sit down. What was the best round of golf you ever played that comes to mind, and where was that, and what was the score?
I'd say, I don't know what I should say, but my lowest score was at Welcome Club, and it was a 65. And that was just a normal casual Monday. Nothing expecting just happened. But for tournament wise, I think my lowest score was 66.
Wow. My goodness. Because what is your average in college tournaments, as an example?
It's probably like, I'd say 75. Nothing too crazy.
So those best scores you just told me are like significantly even lower than your average in tournament play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My, how's the season been so far?
Yeah, it's been good. We just started off the spring season in Big Island, which was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't play super great, but it was a great experience. I had fun with my teammates and everything. And in the fall, I got to play and travel, which is always great. Had some good rounds, some bad rounds, but it's a great learning experience. I'm still enjoying it.
Now, usually, student athletes in college, when they travel, they have some fun. They're a bit rowdy. Now, I'm going to be honest, my stereotype of a golf team on a road trip is not exactly rowdy. You're more cerebral, you're more studious, Am I right or am I wrong? How is the UH men's team when you guys go traveling? Are you guys a wild bunch of guys that really I'm totally underestimating you guys?
Yeah, I think you'd be surprised in some some ways. Yeah, we definitely like to have our fun. We're not anything super crazy. We don't like go out to party or whatever. We still try to stay focused. But on maybe if we go up early, that first night we'll probably try to have some fun and just mess around a little. When it comes to tournament time, we definitely dial or mellow down and try to stay more focused.
Now, how are college tournaments organized? I've heard something like there's so many golfers on your roster, right? But each tournament you can only enter so much, and then only so much are counted toward the score. How is it kind of done?
Yeah, so usually for most tournaments they take the starting five, and you can take individuals on the side, but they won't count towards the team score. But out of the five, they'll take the four best scores from each day. Usually you'll have 54 holes, so each 18 holes will take the best four scores from the five players. And yeah, that's how most college events kind of have their tournament set up.
So if you're on a golf team, one of your goals is to be on that starting five for the tournament, and then to kind of continue that, score well enough that you can be the next tournament on that five, and then eventually always be one of the top four scorers so that your scores are always counted.
Yeah, that's always the goal.
So what's coming up next on the schedule?
Actually, next week we go to our home event. We have, I think, 3 a year or 4, and it's going to be in Kauai at Hokawala Golf Course.
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
we fly up on Tuesday.
Oh,
hopefully that would be good fun.
By the way, where do you guys practice?
We actually have a bunch of different courses you practice at, which is great. So Mondays is kind of set at Mid-Pac Golf Course, and Tuesdays always Oahu Country Club. Wednesday, Huakale. Then Thursday, Friday, it's kind of changes here and there, but we have like Kapolei as well and Pro Country Club where we get to practice at. So we have a bunch of choices and kind of switch around through the week.
Wow.
It's great. Yeah.
Is that kind of the norm? Like, do other schools kind of do that too? Like, go to practice at different courses in their area kind of thing?
It honestly just depends on the school. Like, sometimes on the bigger schools, they have kind of their own home golf course they can just practice at or every day, and other schools they might not have that privilege and kind of just find whatever course is more convenient for them. But yeah, it all depends on the college.
Yeah. Now, you said your dad started you playing. Can you kind of beat him now?
Yeah, definitely.
How old were you when you could beat him?
Well, when he kind of started teaching me, he was already kind of not playing already. He was just my supporter. And yeah, I don't think I've ever lost to him.
How awesome. He must be so proud to, be able to see you play, considering how he got you started and now to see you kind of play at this level. Is he one of those that every chance he's there watching?
He actually lives in Kauai, so it's definitely a little difficult when it comes to like the tournaments here in Oahu. But when I'm always up in Kauai, he likes to come out and watch.
So this next week is going to be good for him. You get to see you for the first time this year, right?
Yeah.
Now you're a senior, so what's your major and what are your plans after college?
Actually, fortunately, the whole COVID thing that happened, I was granted another year of eligibility, which I'm going to take. So right now I'm majoring in finance. So in order to keep my eligibility for next year, I would have to add on like either another minor or major. So I chose econ for a minor for next year. I'm doing that for now, a couple classes in that. and hopefully I can enjoy my next year as well.
All right. Yeah. So the COVID, one of the benefits of that, you get an additional year of eligibility. So that's pretty awesome. Now tell me, what is the best thing about being a student athlete in college?
Best thing. Hmm. Well, honestly, I'm not even sure about that. I feel like it definitely helps me out because I would have, or school-wise, it would help me out because I would have like a academic advisor that can help me set up and make sure I
Mm,
keep up the pace. And you have a bunch of different, say, utilities you can use, like the whole Nagatani Study Center, or even they'll set you up with tutors if you need, or mentors, whatever you need. So school-wise, they'll definitely help out as much as they can. And when it comes to being a student athlete in general, I'd say, I honestly, just being around my teammates, I never feel lonely. In college,
mm,
I feel like
mhm.
some people can kind of feel lonely just being on their own or whatnot. But I've always had my teammates around and can always hang out with them around campus or whatnot. So yeah, I feel like that's one of the greater things about college golf.
Oh, that's terrific. I would have said getting this free stuff.
Oh, that's always great as well.
You
All
know,
the stuff I wear now is all just stuff given to me.
excuse me. You know, like, okay, let's say if you were a professional golfer, right? And you could have your choice of, like how these professionals, they get these sponsors and it provides them with all, whatever, the clubs, the hat, the gear. Who would you want to be giving you stuff? Like if you could choose, they're all here. AJ, which one do you want to be your club sponsor, your clothing sponsor, your this, that, or the other thing? Who would it be?
I actually never been picky when it comes to brands. Like I've always liked anything that looks nice, honestly. I always kind of like Nike stuff, some Adidas stuff, even the Under Armour stuff we got. I've never been picky. I just kind of whatever I get for free, I'll take it.
Even the clubs, because I've heard golfers are
Oh,
very picky about their clubs.
when it comes to clubs, I'm definitely picky. I've always just stuck with Titleist clubs, and when
Hmm.
it comes to like the woods, I love TaylorMade.
And
But
what
yeah,
about the
those are
what about the
the. Sorry, what was
ball?
that? Oh, I've always been Titleist, never
Oh, okay.
changed. Hmm.
Oh, okay. No, terrific. Okay, I got a couple of quick fire questions that I'm just going to throw at you. I want you just to tell me right off the top of your head. Okay, don't think. Just give it to me. All
Okay.
right. All right. Bucket list item that you'd want to do.
I say travel somewhere cool that I would never even think of. Definitely out of US. Um, I don't have a specific place. I really don't know. I just want to somewhere interesting. I would definitely enjoy my time.
Good. Um, Professional golfer you'd want to play with.
Mm. I say Roy McIlroy. I've always kind of admired him, especially his swing. I love his swing.
If you had to go on the show America's Got Talent, you have to. What would you do?
Oh, I don't think I have any other talents. Maybe I wish I could sing. That would be pretty cool if I had that talent, but unfortunately, I do not.
If you ever were on the reality show Fear Factor, I don't know if you ever saw that show. You remember that?
I think so. Yeah, I think
Where they
so.
had all these elements that bring a contestant to the element of fear. What is something that totally you are totally afraid of or fearful of ever never wanting to do or something like that?
It'd probably be something really gross. Probably like I don't know, stand in a bucket of cockroaches or something. Something I would never do. Yeah, bugs scare me. I can't deal with them.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Oh, that one's a tough one. I can't think of anything that comes to mind. Honestly, it'd probably be some kind of Disney movie. I always kind of like them. Some
Yeah,
classics like Toy Story or something. Finding
absolutely.
Nemo. Yeah.
Absolutely. Same right here. I love all the Disney
Yeah.
stuff. And the last question is if you could if you could eat something for 10, you had to eat something for 10 days
Hmm.
straight. You're on a deserted island. We can only give you this item for 10 days. What would it be?
Probably okay, because I already kind of eat it every day. So, or anything like like sushi or poke, like I could eat it. It's probably even longer than that.
15, 20, doesn't matter. Just add it
Yeah,
on. Add it
doesn't
on.
matter. Yeah.
Ah, terrific. Well, hey, thank you so much for being a guest on our Fan Friday Talk Story. Good luck next week, next weekend out in Kauai, and say hello to your dad for us and tell him, hey, this is going to be on Fan Friday coming up, so you be the spotlight of our speaker. But good luck in the season, and thanks so much for being a part of our segment.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It was a great time.
All righty.